Sick. What do you mean you're not recording?
Previously on DCH Dashcam Reviews, VANTRUE's 3-channel N4 beat VIOFO's A129 to claim his first title as undisputed front cam champion. A year later he defended his title against VIOFO's A139, and once again came out on top. Barely. But now it's personal. VIOFO are back with their newest 3-channel dashcam. Can VANTRUE's ageing N4 still put up a fight? Can VIOFO's new T130 take the trophy, making my entire setup be comprised only of VIOFO's cameras? Let's find out. As usual, we'll start off with what it comes packed with. The most notable differences are that you no longer get the circular polarising lens filter like you did with the A139. It fits both of these dashcams, but if you want one for the T130, you'll have to pay an extra 12 quid. The A139 had an optional extra of a lavalier microphone, something they've not kept for the T130, although unless you're doing a lot of talking to camera stuff, there's really no need for a lapel when the dashcam audio itself is already pretty decent. You get the usual long USB-C car power cable, unfortunately with no USB unlike VANTRUE's. There's a super long USB-C to USB-C rear cam cable which unfortunately they've made much thicker than the A139's, which I previously praised. And now, because of the way I've pretty much killed my A129, I have to praise VIOFO for the A139 having very long and very thin wires. It makes getting it in the trim of the car an absolute breeze, and doesn't risk damaging it as easily. Then the usual SD card reader and spare sticky pads, your manual and warranty card, the static windscreen stickers, small USB-C cable for PC, and also as usual the cable shoehorn, which I've discovered has a secondary use. If you're like me and like to keep your fingernails trimmed short, you probably struggle getting your SD cards in and out of the cameras, which the small end of this tool can actually help with. There's nothing new on the app settings other than the interior camera being built in, so you have to have minimum 2 channels recording at all times.
Right, so it's time to test a brand new camera. We've got some Mr. Robot framing going on today. I only ever use these for the testing process of the dash cams. They don't hold the heavier cameras. Obviously with the black strips in the back window, you don't stand a chance. I've even got the A139 reinforced with some extra VHB tape to keep the mount to the window, because despite being between the black lines, the camera's too heavy for its own sticky pad. This is the T130, and it has a bunch of movable parts. First bit is the actual mount itself. That moves like that. It's a little bit stiff, so I imagine elderly drivers may struggle with that. Now the second bit that moves is the main camera, and personally I would recommend just pointing it as low as it goes. If you have too much of the sky in your frame, you'll find that the road is just going to be darkened out. You're just not going to be able to see anything. That jet's really distracting me. Oh my god, it's getting louder! Are we under attack or something? Like, is it finally happening? There it is, look. There's the prick. Oh, there's 2 of them there. Yeah, they're doing circles above my car!
Eventually.
That is now set up for a right-hand drive car. But what you can also do is if you rotate the mount all the other way, and then obviously put the lens back that way, so facing downwards, and have it like that, that is now set up for a left-hand drive car. Your buttons will be upside down, but they'll still work the same, you know. The third bit that moves is the interior lens, and I think this is absolutely genius, right? This moves both up and down this way. The second way that this camera moves is like that. You get the rear cam attachment too. We're also going to be testing that today. You can have one pointed that way, you've got the rear cam in the back, and then you've got left side dash cam. Buy like a cheap £30 one for the other side and you're covered 360 like I am. They're trying things. What we're going to do is I'm going to test my Bluetooth button. I'm going to see which camera it picks up. It's already synced to the one in the back. This could make or break whether this camera, if it's better than the N4, whether it's going to be in the front or not. Ooh!
Ooh, you saucy bitch!
It's actually saved to the one on the back, despite this one being right here. This is now an exciting competition. The front spot is up for grabs. The main reason that I'm so eager for the T130 to win today, I'm backing the T130, bro. I want to replace the N4, not because the N4's bad. However, and I've complained about this, I think, in the A139 review as well, for some reason, Premiere Pro just hates the clips. It just does this. It has a problem where the files have to be converted because Premiere Pro doesn't like them for whatever reason. At the moment, my computer's at home, probably sitting for 4 hours, converting 60 clips. I can't edit them until I convert them to M4V for some reason. That's not good, my brother.
In more recent times, it has also started booting up without recording, which means if it wasn't for my complete rear setup of the A139, this howler of me getting pulled out on would have been nothing more than a reminder to check that the N4 is properly recording every time I set off.
Hey, what do you mean you're not recording?
Oh, why is it not working?
Also, amazingly, the A139 side cam allowed me to successfully identify this person's reg. It took a few attempts at guessing what the letters were, but wow.
The N4 runs off of USB-C. Quite frankly, and it's something I've mentioned probably already in this video, is I love this thing. I don't love the blue LED that I've blue tacked over, because that blinds you in the dark. But I love having this spare USB here because it means that despite having both the dash cams going, you can charge your phone if you need to. You know, it really does come in handy. If you listen to the creators and the fans and everything else, stick a USB on the end of there, please. Because then I'd use this wire. But instead, I am now going to test whether the USB-C cable from the VANTRUE N4 can successfully power the VIOFO T130.
Recording. 2 channels started. Recording. 3 channels started.
A great success!
Okie dokie. I'll just idle in a second.
It's clear to see that the N4 has much stronger contrast saturation and sharpness, but oddly the rear cam looks more like the N4 than the T130. It's good quality, but as expected doesn't show license plates as easily as the two main units. The N4 from distance picks up license plates by far the clearest, although you can probably still easily work it out with the T130. An important aspect to my videos are people, their reactions and their facial expressions. As we can see here, the T130 is the best at picking up the facial features of these two chaps, with the N4 being even worse than the T130's rear cam, making them look like nightmare fuel wax models.
Right, I think that should give us a good indication of what the visuals are like for this dash cam. Just gotta be careful of this dog. I'm still a bit PTSD traumatised from dogs, honestly. My God, no! 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 No!
As you can see from the side cam, the dog was absolutely fine. My underwear, however, was a bit of a different story. Now it's time for the daytime battle of the VIOFOs. I personally think the A139's interior camera has nicer shading to its colours, but the T130's higher brightness and bleaching of darker colours reveals more details. Because of the small SD I had in the A139 and my small brain, I didn't think to save more than one comparison shot on it, but we can clearly see here that the A139 has the superior visuals in daylight. It is the most expensive camera in this contest though, so bear that in mind.
I've got you this time. Yes! Yes, man! Oh yeah, that is a nicely flattened bottle of Coke, that.
6.5 hours later.
Here's an example of some T130 versus N4 nighttime footage, and it appeared to me that the T130 is superior at night with better sharpness. Reading the license plate of the car in front at night is much easier. These zooms were both by the same amount, but the T130 has a 15-degree smaller angle lens. The T130 is absolutely superior in terms of visuals to the A139 in pretty much every way, from colour, sharpness, ability to read licence plates, etc. The A139's audio, however, I think is better. It hears me clearer from the back of the car than the T130 does.
Whee! There it goes. Whee! There it goes.
It gone.
Video protected.
Video protected.
Do you know which one said it? Was it the fallen one or the one still up?
I'd like to say the one still up. It gone.
Video protected.
Video protected.
Do you know which one said it? Was it the fallen one or the one still up?
As you probably already heard for yourself in this video, the T130 has louder audio. Whenever I'm editing N4 clips for a video, I usually have to boost it by 6 decibels.
Right, I think that should give us a good indication of what the visuals are like for this dash cam. Right, I think that should give us a good indication of what the visuals are like.
And now let's see how these cameras actually performed in this competition head to head. Here are the results. The N4 was better in the daytime in terms of visuals. The T130 was better at night time, the clips don't need converting, the audio doesn't require a boost, and the interior camera can move. The A139 also had superior visuals in the daytime, and its audio is slightly clearer, but the T130 had much better nighttime visuals, the interior camera can move, and it doesn't interfere with the Bluetooth button, which has made the choice for how to have my setup a fairly easy one. In the front, we're now going to have the T130 for front, left side and interior movable lens. And in the back, we've got rear, right side and interior rear. So congratulations VIOFO, you finally dethroned VANTRUE and their N4 camera. Thank you very much for watching this review, and don't forget to check out my links in my description. Peace.